The German Shepherd had always faced the nursery when she sat outside it. For 6 nights, she sat facing away, facing outward. They changed the camera angle to find out what she was watching. What the footage showed had been happening every night. 2 years. That was how long Petra had been sitting outside the nursery door, facing inward, ears forward, eyes on the room through the gap, the specific posture of a dog monitoring what was behind the door. It was so consistent that the Obi family, Adesola, her husband Kwame, and 18-month-old twins Amara and Kofi had come to rely on Petra as a supplementary nursery monitor. If Petra was in her usual position facing inward, everything was fine. On a Monday, Petra sat facing outward. Adesola noticed immediately. She went to the nursery. The twins were fine. Both sleeping, both normal. Tuesday, outward. Wednesday, outward. Petra's ears were forward in the outward direction, down the hall, toward the front of the house. Adesola told Kwame. He said, "The mail. There's more mail traffic this week." She said, "She doesn't do this for mail traffic." He said, "New delivery driver. New smell." She said, "Kwame, 6 years. She has never done this." On day 4, Adesola installed a motion sensor camera on the hallway shelf, angled toward the front of the house. She did not tell Kwame about the camera. She set the motion capture threshold to night hours. The footage from the first night showed a figure in the side yard, visible through the gap in the front room curtains, moving along the fence line at 2:47 a.m. The footage from the second night showed the same figure, same path, 3:11 a.m. The third night, 2:58 a.m. She called the police. Subscribe now, because what the officer who reviewed the footage said about the figure and the previous 2 weeks of neighborhood incident reports is why Kwame has not used the phrase "new delivery driver" since that conversation. The figure was identified from the footage as a person who had been reported in 3 other incident reports in the neighborhood in the preceding 2 weeks. 2 of those reports involving attempted rear yard access. The individual was found and processed for the prior reports. The matter was closed. Officer Okonkwo told Adesola, "Your camera footage is the clearest documentation of the pattern we've received. How did you know to install it there?" Adesola said, "The dog changed which direction she was facing." The officer looked at Petra. She said, "In 14 years, I have had this conversation 3 times. All 3 times the dog was right." Has your dog ever changed a consistent behavior, specifically the direction they face, in a way that turned out to have an external reason? Tell us in the comments. If you stay for stories about what animals sense before we do, you're in the right place. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Every guardian deserves to be recognized, even the ones who never asked for anything in return. If stories like this matter to you, subscribe so you never miss the next one. The case was closed, the footage was used, the incident stopped, Petra resumed her inward-facing position the night after the last incident report was filed. 2 years of facing the hall. The difference between those 2 orientations was the difference between monitoring what was inside and monitoring what was outside, and she had known, without being told, which one required her attention on which night. Kwame does not say "new delivery driver" anymore. He watches which direction Petra is facing when he comes home. So does Adesola. Next, a story with a number in it. 38 hours. That is, the number. What the dog did for 38 hours is what matters, and what the neonatologist said afterward is what the parents still haven't found a way to describe without stopping mid-sentence.